What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. Shout out to a real one. Organized Noise Productions. There was a segment that, $1 million worth of game clip when Big Boy from Outkast was talking about, why they never really had issues like that. And he looked over and he said, this guy right here. So he's talking about Sleepy Brown, but it was Sleepy Brown, Rico Wade. Sorry, I forgot the third. My bad. But he was like, they had a production deal with LaFace, Arista. And because of Sleepy Brown, Rico Wade, and the third maestro in the mix, everybody, they kept their publishing. They didn't have no issues like that. And this was, they first came out, I want to say 96, I want to say. So from then to 2021, they sitting side by side, chilling, and that's what you call a real one when you got young men getting taken care of by older men who might know business better than them, but they saw their talent or whatever. They saw their talent, but they didn't rob them. And they didn't let other people rob them. And you couple that with this clip that I saw of T.I. and 21 Savage, where he says, 21 Savage says, he asked, see, T.I. give him $1 million. And he told him and he told Young Thug the same thing. He's like, listen, if I give you $1 million, I'm going to take 10 times that, And what was interesting about that is like he was forcing him to go the independent route, which is nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, because he knew how the contracts was standard, he made the contracts. He would have gave him the same contract a record label would have gave him. And then we talk about being, entrepreneurs and businessmen and, what other groups do for each other. But what Sleepy Brown was doing, what Organized Noise was doing, is not what people normally do for each other. Like, shout out to Master P. He was a real one. He is a real one, because he was putting, houses and cars in people's names back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So those people don't necessarily have, most of them I don't think have financial issues because they already had this stuff paid off. And I saw him do this in real life. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was doing it with himself, with his brothers, with the other label boys. I saw that in real life. He'd show up in the neighborhood with a suitcase, with a briefcase, of money, and he'll slide the thing and buy the house cash. Dead serious. So, but this is about, a real one as a Sleepy Brown, because now think about it. Years later, when you think of Outkast, you think of Outkast is more successful than you would say. You don't think Sleepy Brown, you don't think Rico Wade, you think Outkast. They're legends. It's kind of like Goody Mob. You don't hear Goody Mob talking about how they got screwed, because I'm sure they did the same thing with Goody Mob that they did with them. Cool Breeze. People don't remember Cool Breeze, but whatever. Some people don't. But you don't hear these issues coming from that Organized Noise camp. You don't. And that's probably, in essence, why you don't hear a lot of financial issues coming from Future. Because, I don't know if y'all know this, but Rico Wade is like Future's cousin or uncle or something like that. But they're family. So I'm pretty sure that Rico Wade helped Future make sure he got a deal that was beneficial for him when he first came out. So when we're talking about black men in particular who are really holding people down, and not to mention they never got jealous. When these guys were more successful, they've never been haters. They've never publicly or privately come, oh man, I can't believe they ain't more successful than me. No, they was like, hey, keep running it up. Keep running it up. Do your thing. So when you talk about somebody who's real, when you're talking about somebody who wants to see everybody win, they set up everybody to be in position to win. Even if they didn't do as good as they would have liked to do, they were winning. And they took, in essence, they could have done more contractually to put themselves in a better position, but that's not who they were. You know, they put themselves in a good position already, and they was gonna make that work, which they did. You know, but we don't look at people like that. Like, those are the real ones. Y'all like talking about people who are, might be doing nefarious things as being real. No, somebody who's real actually, put people on, put money in people's pockets, put extra money in people's pockets. And when people grew up to realize the business that they were in and how the business that they were in was ran, and they turned around and the people that put them on, it was like, dang, you didn't screw us. Like, all these other people had these complaints. We don't have these complaints because y'all really looked out for us. Like, even when we didn't know y'all was looking out for us. Shout out to 50 Cent. I remember when he was talking about when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, one of the producers, he asked him for money. He said, look, I can give you $50,000 cash, or I can give you $30,000 in a point. And the dude was gonna take the 50 cash, but the lawyer had to his lawyer had to say, I don't think he know what you're saying. So the lawyer explained to him that I want to be in a huge success. And he said, like, the point was like 1.3 million or 1.8 million, something like that. So he wound up with $30,000 plus either 8 million or 1.3 million. And 50 could have just, man, you know what? Since he don't get it, pay, give him the money. But when the lawyer said, let me talk to him, he was like, cool, I'll let you talk to him. That's a real one. Dude never got screwed. He talked about him overpaying people and not underpaying people. That's a real one. But so shout out to the real ones out there. But like, share, subscribe, or die trying. And this for the black men out here to show brothers actually do real things. You know what I'm saying? But like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.